We're recruiting adventurers and completing quests. That's right, it's Lords of Waterdeep from Wizards of the Coast. This classic worker placement game pits 2 to 5 lords or ladies of Waterdeep against one another in an intrigue, sling, and quest fest for victory points. Setup begins with a game board placed center. Create a supply of adventurer cubes in the middle of the board. Orange for fighters, purple for wizards, white for clerics, and black for rogues. Also create a stash of gold and VP tokens nearby. Place 3 VP tokens on each of the 8 spaces on the rounds track. This is the main timer of the game. Next, each player chooses a color and takes the corresponding player board, scoring marker, and depending on the amount of players, a number of agents as well. They also place 1 additional agent on the round 5 space of the rounds track for each player in the game. Shuffle the Lord cards and deal 1 face down to each player. Lord cards are each player's secret objective, providing them with bonus in-game victory points if they fulfill their mission. Next, shuffle the quest deck, deal 2 quests face up to each player, and place it top left. Then reveal 4 quests face up on Cliffwatch Inn. Shuffle the intrigue cards and deal 2 to each player face down, then place that deck in the bottom left. Shuffle the building stack and place it near Builder's Hall. Draw and reveal 3 building tiles on the 3 open spaces. The player who last visited another city goes first and receives 4 gold and the first player marker. Each player clockwise gets 1 additional gold more than the player on their right until all players have their starting gold. Place the scoring tokens for each player on the 0 space of the scoring track. Gameplay occurs over 8 rounds, during which lords take turns assigning agents to the various locations on the board. At the beginning of a round, take the VP tokens from the current space on the rounds track and place 1 on each building tile in Builder's Hall. Starting with the first player and proceeding clockwise, players now take turns assigning agents until all agents have been assigned, after which the round ends. During a player's turn, they may take 1 of their available agents and place it on a location, gaining the benefits listed. They may also complete 1 quest per turn, paying the indicated cost in adventurer cubes or gold, and gaining the VP listed. Some quests are plot quests that provide an ongoing benefit to the player throughout the rest of the game. Play then passes to the next player. After all players have assigned their agents, if any agents are still in the Waterdeep Harbor location, they are reassigned in order, starting with the first action space. Once they've all been reassigned, the round ends and players gather their agents back to their board. This continues until 8 rounds have been completed. Then, players proceed to final scoring. Let's take a look at some of the locations of the game. The Fields of Triumph, Blackstaff Tower, the Grinning Lion Tavern, and the Plinth each provide the adventurer cube types listed. Visiting Aurora's Realm shop provides the Lord with 4 gold. Castle Waterdeep allows the Lord to take the first player token, meaning they'll go first next round and draw an intrigue card. Intrigue cards can be played with a visit to Waterdeep Harbor. This location has 3 action spaces, any of which allows the player to play an intrigue card. At the end of the round, agents here can be reassigned to another available location on the board. The building hall allows a player to pay the cost of a building tile in the hall to construct that building on one of the empty spaces on the board. They also gain any VP tokens on that building tile, incentivizing players to construct buildings that may have lived in the hall for several rounds. Cliffwatch Inn spaces allow a player to take a quest from one of the 4 available, along with either 2 gold or an intrigue card. Or they may reset the available quests, discarding the 4 and replacing them from the deck, and then taking one of the new quests revealed. At the end of the game, in addition to victory points from completed quests, each player will also score 1 VP per adventurer in their tavern, 1 VP for every 2 gold, bonus VP from their Secret Lord card, which they reveal at this time. The player with the highest score wins, and that's Lords of Waterdeep. I'm Becca Scott, and I'm sending you on a mandatory quest to watch me and my friends play this game and other awesome games on Game the Game, right here on Geek and Sundry. We'll see you there.